Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. Now, we need to talk about something incredibly important, something that's affecting millions of people right now. Recently, there was a massive data breach, one of the largest we've ever seen, and it's very likely that social security numbers, including potentially yours, were stolen. This isn't just a hypothetical risk, it's a reality that could have serious consequences for your financial well-being. So, what does this mean for you? And how can you protect yourself? Imagine this. Your social security number, along with your name, address, and other personal details, is out there, potentially being sold or used by cybercriminals. This information is incredibly valuable to them because it can be used to open new accounts, take out loans, or even commit tax fraud, all in your name. The implications are huge, and that's why it's so important to take action now. Let's start by talking about why your social security number is so critical. It's not just a random set of numbers, it's your unique identifier used by the government, banks, and other institutions to verify your identity. That's why protecting it is essential. Unfortunately, because of this breach, your social security number might now be in the hands of criminals, and that could lead to all sorts of problems. So, what can you do to protect yourself in the wake of this breach? Well, one of the most effective steps you can take is to freeze your credit. This might sound complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. When you freeze your credit, it makes it much harder for anyone to open new accounts in your name, even if they have your social security number. Think of it as putting a lock on your credit file, but only you have the key to unlock it. This means that even if someone tries to use your stolen information, they won't be able to do much with it. To freeze your credit, you'll need to contact each of the three major credit bureaus: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. The good news is that you can do this online, by phone, or even by mail, and it's completely free. The only catch is that if you want to apply for a loan or a credit card in the future, you'll need to temporarily lift the freeze. But that's a small inconvenience compared to the peace of mind that comes with knowing your credit is protected. Now, while freezing your credit is a great first step, it's not the only one you should take. Another important layer of protection is credit monitoring. This service keeps an eye on your credit report and alerts you to any suspicious activity. Think of it like having a security system for your credit. It won't prevent someone from trying to use your information, but it will let you know if they do. There are many companies that offer credit monitoring services, and in some cases, you might even be able to get it for free if you've been part of a data breach. But what if your information has already been exposed? Well, it's not too late to take action. There are services and websites that can scan the dark web to see if your social security number or other personal information is out there. If it is, it's a strong signal that you need to act quickly to protect yourself. You can start by placing a fraud alert on your credit report, which will make it harder for someone to open accounts in your name without additional verification. And let's not forget about your existing accounts. One of the best ways to protect them is to ensure that you've set up online access. It might seem counterintuitive, but if you haven't done this, it's actually easier for a thief to do it for you. By creating an online account, you can monitor your activity closely and make it much harder for someone else to take control. Speaking of accounts, let's talk about passwords. I know, it's tempting to use the same password for everything, but that's a huge risk. If someone gets a hold of that password, they could potentially access all your accounts. That's why it's so important to use a password manager. This tool helps you create strong, unique passwords for each of your accounts and stores them securely. It's a simple way to boost your security without adding a lot of hassle to your daily routine. On top of that, I strongly recommend setting up two-factor authentication wherever possible. This adds an extra layer of security on top of your password, usually in the form of a code sent to your phone or generated by an app. Even if someone manages to steal your password, they won't be able to get into your account without that second piece of information. And here's a tip: use an authenticator app rather than SMS for even more security. Now, there's another threat we need to discuss: phishing scams. Even if your social security number wasn't stolen in this particular breach, scammers might still try to trick you into giving it to them. They could send you an email that looks like it's from your bank, asking you to verify your social security number or other personal information. These scams can be very convincing, but remember this rule: never click on links or call numbers from unsolicited emails or texts. If you're ever unsure, contact the company directly using a number you trust, like the one on the back of your credit card. And here's something to keep in mind: No legitimate company or government agency will ever ask for your social security number over the phone or via email. So, if someone does, it's almost certainly a scam. Be cautious and trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. So, what's the bottom line here? The fact that social security numbers have been stolen means we all need to take action to protect ourselves. Freezing your credit, signing up for credit monitoring, using strong passwords, setting up two-factor authentication, and being vigilant against phishing scams are all steps you can take today. It might seem like a lot, but the alternative, dealing with the fallout from identity theft, is far more time-consuming and stressful. And before we finish up, I want to leave you with one final thought. Staying informed and proactive is your best defense against identity theft. The more you know about the risks and how to mitigate them, the better off you'll be. So, take these steps today and protect yourself and your loved ones from the growing threat of identity theft. Thanks for listening, and take care of yourselves out there.